The market will always teach you a lesson. And what exactly does that mean? There's a point in time where you study a new strategy, you put in the chart work, you wake up, you're excited to trade, and you get that setup finally off the open, and the first trade's a loser. You're down $300 automatically off the bat. You think to yourself, my gosh, I'm just $800 away from passing this prop firm evaluation. If I can just get it back on my next trade, I'm right back to where I started. And what do? You double your size. What do? You lose the emotional control. Now, let me tell you, I would be a fool. I would be an absolute fool to sit here and tell you that I'm a perfect trader, because I'm not. I've been doing this for 11 years. I lost $39,000 9 years ago when I first started trading, and it was rough. You know, there was a point in time where I thought I had 29 multiple massive heart attacks in a row from holding positions overnight, playing through earnings, and it just seemed like every time I started to get ahead that I went 5 steps backwards and gave everything back. And it wasn't until I really started to figure out the psychology behind trading that it's not necessarily the strategy at all. It's not necessarily even the time of day that we're trading. It's not even the asset that we're trading. It has nothing to do with the news, but what it had to do with was me, and not understanding why I wasn't okay with losing. And for me, I really thought, because, you know, I would back test so many trades. I would sit here for hours and hours on end. I would feel like I had things figured out. I would look at the charts when the market was closed, and I would see these setups, and I would tell myself that if I was in that setup, I would have made money. But how come every single time is what it felt like when the markets were live and I entered into the trade, automatically the position was going against me, and automatically I didn't feel good, and automatically I was nervous, and I was holding the edge of my chair hoping that the stock would come back and just hit my take profit so I could just end and be out of this trade. And it took a long time to really understand that the markets are always going to correct you. The markets are always going to be right. And it took a very long time to understand that I was tired of banging my head against the wall. And I needed to figure out a change. I needed to figure out something that was actually going to work and something that was going to help me. But I needed to, more so importantly, figure out what it was that was going to get me over that edge, because I felt like the strategy worked. I felt like I did enough back testing. I felt like I knew a general, I had enough general knowledge of the markets and the way that they moved and the way that this whole industry worked to make money. But there was just something in between. And to be honest, it wasn't until I found a coach. I found a mentor. I seeked one out. I desperately looked for someone who was in the business prior to me. I definitely looked for someone who had experience. And the way that it needed to be broken down to me was like this. Why would I try to build a house from the ground up if I have no idea what I'm doing? Now, even if I was interested in learning how to build a house, lay the foundation, do the finish work, that maybe I should pay someone to show me and or watch them do the job, so next time I can do the job. And when I got a mentor and I got a coach, and they were very direct with me, they told me exactly what I was doing wrong. And if I really wanted to fix it, it was going to come from within inside me. Okay. And a lot of times, and I've worked with, I would say now, probably over 200 traders in the past 5 years. Some of the best traders that I have personally worked with, that I have seen find success and actually, understand this thing to where they can become profitable and start withdrawing profits and gains from the markets, are the traders who were okay with the losses, are the traders who were okay with the position sizing, are the traders who were realistic. Again, it's very, very easy to get wrapped up in social media, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere else where you may find your content, and see the people taking out $20,000, or see the people who pass prop firm valuations in 24 hours or in one day or in one trade. I get it. It happens. You can do it. But a lot of times there's a deep, dark wall that if you open up the curtains, you will see that, yeah, for every one, $50,000 valuation that you pass in one or two trades or in one day, there's 5 accounts that were blown. There's 10 accounts that were blown. Okay. And that's the harsh reality of it. It's either like this: either you come into this business with the big fat bankroll ready to lose, okay with it because you know that you're working towards something greater, or you come in here like 90% of the other traders who they want to buy 1 or 2 accounts and they want to take that one account to $10,000 this month, or those 2 accounts to $20,000 this month. And not to say that it's not obtainable, but it's very, very difficult. And if you've never taken out, let's say, $2,000 from the market, it's going to be extremely hard to take out $20,000 from the market. The market is always going to be right. The market is always going to correct you. And what that means is, if you don't follow your rules, okay, if you understand these rules, because again, I'm not sitting here saying that any one of you guys is smarter than the next or dumber than the next. I think everyone understands that they should have a stop loss. I think everyone understands a general idea of how to trade the markets. I think everyone has a general idea of, hey, if I lose 2 or 3 trades in a row and I'm just not seeing the market clearly today, or the market's not really working with what I've been doing or what I've back tested or what works, then maybe I should just stop trading. Okay, I think we all kind of know what we need to do, but we don't do it. We don't do it. And that's where that self-talk, that look in the mirror, where you need to look yourself directly in the mirror and say, what am I doing this for, right? What am I actually doing this for? Am I doing this because I want to impress somebody? Am I doing this because I want to impress myself? Or am I doing this because I'm looking for a way out? I'm doing this for a better future. I'm doing this for a better opportunity, whether that's to continue working your 9 to 5 and add supplemental income to help yourself, your family, whether that's to save for something, for a wedding, for a trip, for your kids' college tuition, whether that's to buy a new car, to pay some bills, whatever the reason is, and everyone has their reason why. I get it. I know a lot of traders want to do this and they want to transition away from that 9 to 5. But again, I've been doing this full time for around 8 years now, where I have to eat, I have to sleep, bleed, cry, be happy over what I do in the markets. Okay. And it's not up to someone else to lift me up. It's not up for me to find what's working necessarily for someone else to make it work for me. I've got to find what works for me, because I understand that I'm a human being. I understand that my DNA is different than yours and the next person's. I might not have it in me to trade 5 contracts. I might not have it in me to hold positions for 2 or 3 hours. I might need to have a higher win rate percentage versus a higher risk to reward, right? You got to find out who you are as a trader first. Okay. And once you find out who you are as a trader, then you need to have that conversation with yourself in the mirror and say, what exactly are you doing this for? How long do you want to be stuck in the mud? How long do you want to continuously spin your wheels in the mud? Okay. Because it's very easy to get off track. It's very easy to make a quick 2,000, 3,000 pass, get into that funded account and think that we're going to do it all in 2 or 3 days and just take all this money out of the market, out of the market, out of the market. There's not a lot of jobs out there. There's not a lot of employers out there that you show up to work and at the end of the day, they pay you. Okay. There's not a lot of places that do that. There's a few, there's a few. If you're a freelancer, you're getting paid by the job, or you're a general contractor getting paid by the job, or, something along those lines. You get paid by the job. But a lot of people get paid for the amount of hours that they're putting in over a bi-weekly or monthly period of time. So just because we can sit here, point, click buttons, make $100 in 5 seconds, $500 in 2 minutes, doesn't mean that we're going to be taking that money out every single time, every single minute. You have to slow things down. There's no rush. I would rather someone take 2 to 3 weeks to pass an evaluation and another 3 to 6 weeks to get a payout than someone feel like they're $500 away. And if I just pass today, I'm going to be able to trade on Monday, and I'm going to be able to make money next Friday. Because when those thoughts come through your head is when things can go off the rails, and the market will correct you. Every position that you enter into will go against you from the immediate time of pushing the buttons, and then you will double down your size. The biggest problem that I see that traders do that are failing consistently are traders who cannot accept that they were wrong, and they double their size and they triple their size, hoping to get those losses back. If you take a loss, get up, walk away for 15 to 20 minutes, come back with a fresh set of eyes, come back with a fresh mind. If you can't do that, you're not ready to trade. You're not ready to take this serious. You're not ready to get over that hill. You're not ready to climb that mountain, because the trader who's been doing this for 15, 20, 25, 30 years, who understands the market, they're taking money out of the market, they're consistent, they lose, they win, they have down months, they have up months, they have great quarters, they have, flat quarters. Those traders understand that one trade doesn't define you. One day does not define you. You're going to hit losses. You're going to go on losing streaks. You're going to have bad days. You're going to feel those emotions where you feel like nothing is getting going for yourself. You're going to feel that the strategy is no longer working. You're going to feel that the markets are no longer cooperating with you. It's all psychological. This is a marketplace where emotional sellers lose to technical buyers. Okay? And emotional buyers are losing to technical sellers. Keep things technical, keep things mechanical. Stay clear here, understand your rules. You all have rules. I know you guys all have rules. But you got to follow them now. It's just like if I was to say, I want to lose 10 pounds. There's no way I'm going to lose 10 pounds overnight. Sure, could I starve myself? Could I get into a sauna? Could I sweat it out? Could I dehydrate myself and maybe lose 5, 6, 10 pounds of water weight overnight? Maybe. But guess what happens as soon as I eat that first meal? It all comes back plus more. Think about that as trading. What happens when you disobey your rules? You get lucky. You walk away unscathed. You think that you can do it again. Or you have a great week and you think that you're going to do it every single week. The market will always correct you if you're not doing things the right way. Take your time, do things the right way. You're going to go a lot farther in this business. Guys, if you want to join Evolution Traders and trade with myself and the team, I've just redone the Discord where I've completely categorized everything from the education channels. Let me actually just go ahead and read what's going on in the Discord right now and what I did, because I'm very excited about it. I'm not too much of a technical nerd, but again, I'm taking a lot of time in cleaning things up. We have general chat lobbies where you can find off-topic and prop firm related chats. You can find the profit and losses section where we have people posting wins as well as losses and the lessons that they learned from those losses. We have a section where you can upload your funded trader certificates and your payout certificates. We've also got a funded futures trading floor where we can talk about indices, energies, metals, and commodities. We've also got a stocks and options trading room floor with options, equities, and daily or weekly watch lists depending on what I see in the markets. And then this is the granddaddy of them all. We've got that education and learning folder where you can get education updates on my lessons that are not on YouTube, 20 SMA strategy course of information that is not on YouTube, a micro scalping strategy that I'm using for the NQ futures that is not on YouTube, also the Evolution Traders theory course, which goes over my entire system from top to bottom. I run multiple monitors. I run multiple charts on my screen. There's a lot of different confluences that I use to enter and exit trades. That can be found in there, as well as a mindset channel, a trading rules channel that gets updated in real time as I find new rules that I need to incorporate into my whole system. We've got a keynote section in there where I type out different notes that come to my head off the top of my brain. We've got a trader's journal where you can journal every single day things that you did right, things that you did wrong, so you can hold yourself accountable and come back in the next day and make those adjustments. And we have that live trading floor where it's the voice channel, and I screen share when I do go live, only to the private Discord members. Guys, if you do need to find or get more Apex evaluations because you blew your accounts this week, it happens. I get it. 80% off right now. You can use that link down in the description box below. $85 activation fees. 1 day to pass. You guys know all of the good stuff. Please use the link down in the description box below. It really helps support this channel and keeps me going. Again, I appreciate all of you guys. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see all of you guys next week.